Okay, let's see if anybody's here yet. Huh? Well, how do you know nobody's here? Yeah, I might come watch it this way.
You done not a lot. A lot. I can't see.
I'm trying to figure out how to get it on my phone so I can find comments and also. Now, how do you see the comments though? Why don't I have comments? Hello? How do you see that?
I just go show up. Nobody's commented.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she said hi. Oh. Who said hi?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to turn my comments on so I can see.
Hey, everybody.
Flash is hot. Good. How are you guys?
Say that again.
Okay.
What's the description of the comments?
Did you lose your comments too?
I can always see the comments. You can't put your video, I think.
Oh, almost had it. Almost had it. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
I'm just special. Kenny said we're really blurry.
We're blurry.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's so far away. Think. Did that help any? Okay, I'm gonna have to read them off here because I can't. There they are. Found it. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Can't stay moving. Oh, thank you for hopping on and saying hi. We are good. Penny said hi. How are we, Amanda and family? Our ladies.
Oh, so she didn't know the
Boy, Flash.
He's here.
He just had a bath, so y'all missed all the fun stuff.
It was good though.
We had to talk though. We told him he had to be good. He had to act like he's had some reason, all that. So we'll see how he does with that. But yeah, so he don't like it. Are we still blurry?
She said no.
Okay, so it was just too far away. We have had a good weekend. We have done nothing really.
Slept in this morning.
Yeah, I was up till like 3 o'clock watching what is it called?
Mama June.
Mama June, but what's the new? It's not Mama June anymore, is it? Oh, it used to be Honey Food. Yeah. So I stayed up till 3 o'clock catching up on all those episodes. Any of y'all watch that? Because that's crazy. The whole thing's crazy. I mean, did you try to put the shirt back on Flash? No, but let's see what he does. Let me hold the shirt up and see what he does. Hang on.
Please don't. You're being good. Does your dog like baths?
I'm not saying anything to him. I'm just gonna hold it up and see if he realizes that it's his.
Well, you got him away. What, Flash?
You like that shirt?
It's like, no, please don't let her.
You want it?
I won't let her put it.
You want it?
No,
Okay, it's
stay
gone.
here.
It's gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. Oh no, it's all gone. Yeah, it's big for one. I mean, it was huge on him, and we've never bought anything that's been huge on him before. So, yeah, he is so cute though. When we first got him, we had clothes on him all the time, and he was adorable, wasn't he? What's that? But he was adorable when he was little and clothes. I know, but he don't wear clothes anymore. They actually fit him when he was small, but he got long. Like all the shirts are short on him and stuff because he's so long. And I didn't even realize he would get that long. Yeah, his chest is really big. So things just fit him weird. So we kind of got out of putting things on him. I wish you looked closer. I would pay for you to clean and pay. I would do it for free. How far away are you for one? Let's see. Let's see if I can make that happen. I want to cancel you that. Oh, thank you. When you talk about God, it's a sensitive subject for some, and I don't ever want people to think that pushing my beliefs or trying to cram things down their throat. But at the same time, I'm not going to not talk about my faith and God and things like that, because He's been so good to us. He has brought us through a whole lot this past year, a whole lot. And, I see a lot of people on YouTube that I watch personally, and they will talk about going to church, or they went to church on Sunday or whatever, but that's it. And I don't ever want to be like that. Like I don't care to talk about how I was raised, what religion, denomination, all of those things. And I don't go to church now. I mean, we live in this little town that y'all know. I've told my story a million times, so judgy. And we don't go to church. But just because I don't go to church doesn't mean I don't have a relationship with God, and doesn't mean that I'm not His, and He's doesn't do things for me, because He does. And I don't know. I mean, there's a fine line there, and I don't ever want to be pushy, but I will always acknowledge God, talk about God. And if there's ever a day that I can't on YouTube, then my channel will go, because that's just who I am.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, is Karen on here?
Yeah, she said hi to all three of us.
Oh,
Kennedy,
hello. Speak
Kennedy.
up, Kennedy.
Hello, Karen.
Yes, you're doing his work, and he'll handle the rest. I love Marina because of her love for him. Oh, thank you.
The house does look a lot better. The paint really.
I'd be lost without God. Me too. Me too. I feel like, I don't know if any of y'all feel like this, but I've talked about this in a video a long time ago when I first started YouTube, but we lived next to my parents, and it was the house I grew up in, and I bought that from them. And I would have never sold that house, and we outgrew it really fast. It was 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It was tiny. I had 2 girls in 1 bedroom, 2 girls in another, and we outgrew it so fast. But anytime I thought about selling that house, it broke my heart, because I was raised there, and my dad's hands have been on every inch of that house. And then this big blow up happened, and I was aggravated, and out of anger, mainly, I put my house for sale, and it sold immediately. Our neighbor walked up and bought it, and I was like, oh, okay, what are we gonna do now? So then we ended up leasing a house. But sometimes I think God will he nudges you, he will push you. And sometimes it's something so big and so bad, but the end result is so good. There, you look back, you come to a point to where you can look back and you can see everything He lined up for you. And it wasn't fun, and it wasn't easy. Hello, Chip. But there's a purpose, and it hurts, and it did hurt, just throughout all of the stuff that happened with us moving here, and Kennedy and Heather. And it caused a big blow up. And Alden and I, that was one of the questions I had was, I don't remember how it was worded exactly. I got a couple different questions about that, but why did we split up? We fought all the time. He worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So he was tired, and I was lazy. I didn't do much to the house. He probably didn't have clean clothes when he needed them. And there was just always a fuss. And and we fussed. We didn't fight, but we fussed to the point y'all would go to your room and cry. Kennedy would be holding her ears, or Allison. And Heather is my best friend. We got really close a few years ago. And she had just went through a divorce, and I guess I seen her just do it, and it gave me the courage to stand up for myself and to kind of try to pull myself out of the place I was in and go. And so what I thought, because I thought my kids are going to be better off in a place where it's just peace. I want to live in peace. And my mom even said, she's probably watching, But my mom even called me one day and she was like, Amanda, do you have somebody else? And I said, Mom, I do not have anybody else. I just want to live in peace and raise my kids and no fussing. I just want to live in peace. And that's where we were. But through that, thinking that I was making it easier on my kids, I created a different problem with them. And then it was just a mess. It was a big blow up. It was a big stink. And my kids hurt. Kennedy hurt. Are you over it now? Are you better? Did it hurt?
Yeah.
She was pretty devastated. But throughout all that, she attended an ETSU camp. And at the end of the camp, the coach pulled her to the side and offered her a spot to play softball. So would she have been there had all that not happened to us? Would we have been where we're at now? Probably not. I don't know that you would have contacted an ETSU, a Division I coach for Kennedy. I mean, I don't know that would have happened. She may have ended up, D2 was like the most I was shooting for. Really, I was thinking she probably is going to go D2, or even like our local college. I don't care, JUCO, NAIA. I didn't care. I don't even care if she doesn't play ball. She's talked to me about that because there was a time you didn't really want to play ball. I feel like the whole thing that happened, instead of kind of feeling hard toward people, or not hard toward people, but like those feelings, I felt like she put it towards softball, the game, because for so long, she was like, I'll never pick up another softball again. And I was like, hey, you can't be like that. You just can't. But I feel like it all makes perfect sense now. So that's what I'm telling you. I had somebody message me earlier, and she's going through a lot with her dad and her
Life situation.
yeah, I don't want to go too much into detail because that's not anybody's business, really. I don't want to put everybody's business out here, but she's kind of in that place we were in, and she's just being slammed. And that's what I told her. I said, you have to trust that he has a plan. And I know so many times in my life, and I can't talk without my hands going everywhere.
Take those.
I wouldn't be able to talk. But there's so many times that I've experienced, before something really good happens, you're going to have a big blow up. But sometimes that blow up is a nudge, I feel like, from God, because you get complacent. And when you get complacent, you don't grow. And I feel like sometimes he has to push you a little bit. So that's how I feel like it's been in our life. Do you think? So, Kennedy, would you like to say anything? I mean, you keep interrupting. You're so talkative. Let me catch up on these.
Well, Dreamweaver said she needs a bestie like me.
Yes, everybody needs a Heather.
What about me?
Heather.
You got me.
Everybody needs a kid like Kennedy. I'm just kidding. She lost signal.
She's in there.
Nashville in July. Can we see? Yes, I would love that. Yeah, and there's
Kennedy is talented. More than she realizes.
Talented.
She said you're talented, and I'll never let Satan steal that from you. She doesn't realize how talented she is. Common sense wise, no.
I don't have
She's
a
not.
lot. That's how
she doesn't have any common sense.
Good, smart, softball. She's very talented.
But yes, Kim, when you're in Nashville, that's about 4 hours from us. So I mean, if you want, and I don't care to, travel.
we can go on the vacation.
I can turn this fan down back here. I'm sitting video.
We love the gray too. I'm actually thinking about, I have the same kind of ceiling as this in my bedroom, and I'm thinking about painting it gray too.
Once I can feel my arms again, I think I actually turned that completely off.
I don't think it was loud.
It was loud. I noticed it in my video. It was so loud.
Said I need a Heather and Amanda in my heart.
Am I still up to that?
Yeah.
Kennedy's still underage. I can
wants
put
to
her up for adoption,
Nobody
so
wants to
y'all
take
can
her
have
yet.
Kennedy.
Heather can adopt.
Kennedy is pretty.
Oh.
Kennedy's
Cool.
yeah, I feel like sometimes she bottles so much up, and it kind of comes out in different ways than you, and she can be like, I think, disrespectful or not disrespectful really, but hateful. She's so grouchy, which that's a teenage thing too, I guess. Sometimes the prayers he doesn't answer but yes. I'm so glad. I think that's one of the things I'm most thankful for is that he didn't answer every prayer. Like he didn't give me everything I asked for because what a mess I would be in. He knows best. We don't. And he sees things we don't. And I'm so glad that even though it hurts and it feels like a no, or it feels like he's not listening, it's for a reason. Our cat is swatting, flash his tail. But yes, we don't know what he just fell off the couch, so he's just hanging out here in the corner. Get back up. But yes, I'm glad he didn't give me everything I asked for because he knows way better than I do. Good boy. Yes, that's one of the main reasons. I guess I left more for my kids than I did myself because I knew how did you feel when me and your dad would fuss all the time?
I didn't like it.
Do you think we get along better now?
Mhm.
Do you think we made the right decision? And when I told my kids, I knew Allison would struggle with it. And I guess she was the one I worried about the most. She did fine, didn't she?
Yeah.
She was just like, heck yeah, I got a new room. I mean, she was fine. And I couldn't believe it because I figured it would really hurt her. And I figured it'd hurt Kennedy because Kennedy's very sensitive. You think
No.
you think she's sensitive?
Very.
She's very sensitive,
Not.
tender-hearted. If anybody cries, like she was playing softball one time.
No.
And she was
That's not
catching.
a funny story.
She was catching, and this kid came into home, and Kennedy plowed the kid.
No, she plowed me.
Well, you were bigger, so she bounced off of Kennedy, and it hurt her. And Kennedy was crying so hard they'd take her out of the game.
We
Yeah.
don't talk about that
But
anymore.
a lot of, and another question I had was, why did we split up? It was just because we couldn't get along. And now I feel like we communicate so much better. Do you? We hardly ever fuss. Do you think? You've seen us fuss. You've seen us have some bad ones.
Yeah.
Bad ones. And she was Alden's friend too. So she was like, if she was there and it happened in front of her, she was always like, stop, both of you. And she was always being like, I love you both. She would still do as much for Alden as she would me. And that's just, she's always just been not in it, even though she's in it. But one of the questions was, why did stop picking? She is always picking at something, always. She is like a scab picker or like, isn't she? She's over picking at her pants or something. But that was one of the reasons
Felt alone.
that
I
I
would
mean,
have to see Heather lose her cool.
mainly for I've seen her lose her cool
I
in the
have
ball
too.
field.
It's not very
Italian.
fun. Which time? Well,
When she called timeout during a ball game.
my sophomore year, the one time she let me play the field, put that in there. We messed up and she threw her clipboard in the dugout, like broke it, and came out there and was like, I'm not gonna say what you
Don't say
said.
what I said.
You can say it without saying it. What'd she
I
say?
told them to get their crap together, but I didn't say crap.
No, you said get your head out of your.
I said that specifically to her.
I know because she cried the whole way home.
Not that time.
Oh, anyway.
Different time.
Yeah, Heather, I've seen her. That's the only time I've seen you lose your cool, really.
I just did it work this week.
Well, she.
Tell us that.
You don't really complain about work as much,
I told
though.
her to.
Yeah.
I only have 3 days left. I won't complain too much.
Imagine having
But I've seen her lose her cool in the ball field. That's about it.
she loses it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a little
that was
scary.
another thing. So there's been so many questions about the ball situation. I guess I've got new subscribers and stuff. And so Heather was Kennedy's high school softball coach. And I was her treasurer. We had to talk multiple times a day, every day. And then we just like clicked, which we knew each other anyway before that, but we got closer then. And when we moved here, that's when the whole thing started. Like Kennedy got everything handed to her, even though she didn't even see the field till her junior year, right?
That was harder on her than I would have.
Yes. I mean, like, because she can, I wasn't a parent that cared. As long as I knew you love my kid, you can coach them however you want to. Call Tom, jerk her butt out. I have texted you before and in the dugout in a game and said, take her crybaby out. Haven't I?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, like, I don't care. I knew she loved her, but do what you need to do. I mean, she's better than how she was playing. So, but yeah, she was handed everything too, and it just a lot of jealousy, like a crazy amount of jealousy. So that started the whole thing. And when there were a whole lot of parents that didn't like it, and it was jealousy there too, I felt like, and we didn't even know it was over accusations that we were a couple at the time, because even, I mean, do you just want to tell the story? I mean, you're graduated now. I mean, you're not, but you are. I mean, not in way, no names or anything, but do you want to just tell them?
Well, we can.
Go on,
Who's
Heather's
talking?
a sweet soul, and I bet she can whip butt when needed. I might could.
You got to look out for the quiet ones. That's what I've always heard. I gonna make you real mad. Have I ever made you real mad?
She made me real mad.
Mother?
No, you.
Oh, sure.
Maybe.
I have made you real mad. What about?
I said maybe, I don't.
Probably got you onto the store 20 times a day.
No.
Yeah.
I went to the store for a second time today, and you'll probably go.
You
like,
went out 3 times today.
Consider last night at 10 o'clock.
So do you want to tell them what happened? Do you want to start?
Okay, what part of you
Where do
started?
we even start? Okay, so we had some bullying going on. Like Kennedy was called a D. What else? She saved and worked and bought her own bat, and then all the kids were like, if coach can buy her a bat, she needs to buy everybody a bat. A lot of stuff like that. Heather let things go for a long time because, and I told her to, I said, just let it blow over, whatever, just let it blow over, because you did tell the girls we were staying with you for a while. So she didn't want to hide it from them, and she told them.
Not that it's anybody's business, but.
Some of the girls already knew.
And then after it all happened, I'd go to school and they'd be like, we heard your coach got fired for having an affair with your mom. All this stuff.
Well, we're not at that point yet, but when we get to that, but I told Heather, I said, just let it go. It'll blow over. Like, she drove Heather's car. Heather drove the bus for them. So she went and picked the bus up. We were going to have the bus all weekend, which was going to be parked at the school, not the bus garage. So she wanted Kennedy to follow her in your car. That way she could park the bus, drive her own car home, have her car there. So Kennedy rolls up in her car and it explodes.
That started it.
Yeah, like, if you can drive her car, all of her players should be able to drive her. I mean, it was just like all the time. And you really were harder on her than you were any of them, like, to not show favoritism. But I told her, I said, if you address it, it's just gonna make it worse. We're not gonna just let it blow over. It got so bad. There were messages that were meant Kennedy's name, of course, which was the case. So there were messages sent to Kennedy instead of another girl with a K name. And it was supposed to go to the other girl about Kennedy, but it came to Kennedy instead of the other girl. We took her phone because she was devastated. She's bawling. I told you she's very sensitive, so she reads this thing. I took her phone, and when I took her phone, other players that were her friends had sent her screenshots of what other girls were saying, and it was like completely over the top, out of line, and you had to address it.
Yeah, so I finally decided I would address it.
Go ahead.
And when I started to address it at practice or ball game, I don't even remember, it was before ball game. 3 of my players walked off and said they didn't want to listen to anything I had to say, or they didn't have to listen to anything I had to say. So I tried to address that issue and thought I had some support from administration, and the next day I was asked to, I was highly encouraged to resign. So I had you talk about praying for things and things working out a different way. I've always wanted to coach softball. And I coached at the other school in Marshtown, our rival for years, and then I left there and the head coach at East brought me on and she retired and they gave me the position and I thought that's where I was meant to be, but I got ahead of the plans. I was meant to but not be involved in drama and heartache and two-faced people, and I don't have to be out till 10:30, 11 o'clock every night or worry about the bus breaking down or raising money or any of that.
It
So
was a lot. It was a whole lot that people don't really
You're a
realize.
I'm a lot happier, yes.
But when you were called into the meeting, there were a bunch of parents that had complained and you thought it was just complaints.
I thought it was just complaints. I didn't realize everything.
Even one of the players said something about like, I'm tired of hearing about the affair or something like that. We thought she meant me and Alden, like I had an affair on him or he had an affair on me and that's why we were separated. What she really meant was the
Yes.
affair.
Yeah.
We didn't even know until like, it was kind of like a split 50-50. Some of the, like half the parents were saying we were and raised a stink, like my kid's not going to play for, blah, 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 you know. And then the other half knew us and knew the truth. And they sent us all these messages and like get an attorney, all this. And we're like, what? And they were like, because there's accusations being made that y'all are a couple and they went and said this and this. And we were like blown away. We were so stupid because that's what everybody was. We had no idea that that's what people were saying. We thought it was just over favoritism or just, you know, but anyway, but it all worked out. But when that happened, Kennedy,
She quit because she didn't want to play.
Yeah, she had her name taken off.
Administrators and others who didn't have any respect for me or didn't support me, and so she quit to support me, and I'm grateful. I hate that for her.
And that's what she told them in the office that day. She said she's been loyal to me and she gave me a home when I needed one the very most, and like all this stuff. And I'm not. If
There wasn't a problem. They were.
Yeah.
Won't get into that though.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, but yeah. So Kennedy asked, and she had the highest batting average on the team. She was hitting 500 when she quit. Batting average was 500.
You know, as he said to me for the past
Hush.
3 days, go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Yeah, we even got an email from our old superintendent saying, congratulations, he hopes the best for you. And that did make me feel good because he is one of them that said, you'll never have a college look at you if you don't play high school softball. I felt like they were just trying to get her to stay and play, and we tried to get her to stay and play. How many times did we tell you to play, please play, please play?
She told her that I didn't care. I could watch from the outfield.
Mhm.
She wouldn't play, but
quit kicking. But yeah,
He needs a new collar. I'm picking.
she's picking on his collar. But yeah, we wanted her to stay and play, and she didn't want to, and it's okay. I know it hurt. I know it hurt to go in. At that time, after that happened, you know, your doctor wrote you out for a week. And
just because people couldn't shut their mouth.
Because she walked in school and was humiliated that Monday or Monday morning, whatever day it was. They're like, oh, your coach had an affair with your mom and she got fired and all this stuff. And it
I
was
did not get fired.
No, it was but she had to be out of school for a little while to let all that blow over and was depressed. Do you think you were depressed? No. She was very depressed.
I was normal.
It was hard.
You're not normal.
It was hard. But her doctor, I said this in the last video, her doctor is my doctor. And I went just like 2 weeks ago and she said, Amanda, I really think all of this has been so good for her. It's for a reason. She's learned life lessons as a kid that adults are just now learning. And she knows now that not everybody's in your corner, not everybody's clapping for you. And it was people that we were like tight with. Yeah. It was her best friend. You got saved with her at church. I mean, like, we were like, they knew better. And that's the thing. They know better. They knew it wasn't going on. It was just a way to get you out and who they wanted in. There was some deceit behind all that. We won't go into all that because that would be anyway. Yes. Okay.
After another question. Moving on.
After all this, Kennedy, Yes. Kennedy ended up at ATSU. After that happened, she got offered a spot at Bryan College. That's where she was going to go. And where is that? Close to Chattanooga, kind
In
of?
between Cleveland, near Dayton, Decatur.
Yeah. So about 2 hours away. And I really like the campus. I like the school. And it's like, yeah, but boys and girls were set. It was like was it a Christian?
You want to get over that.
But
I'm gonna get married one day. I'm gonna be living with a boy.
You ain't got the patience for me.
anyway,
Patience.
Anyway, listen, that's what I've drilled in my kid's head. I said, if I could tell my younger self anything, it would be that you don't have to have a man. I was so rushed to get married and have babies. That's all I thought about. And you have time to do that. You can be independent. And that's one thing I've taught myself over the past year. You can do more than you think you can. I thought I could not do anything without Alden. And I've learned that I can do a whole lot without him. I mean, I still need him. I mean, and he needs me. I mean, he asks for my stud finder all the time. If you know, you know. But yeah, you can do a lot more than you think. The lady that's going through what I'm going through, that's what I'm going to tell you. The one thing that I think helped Kennedy when we separated, it wasn't immediately. We didn't even really speak for a while. It was hard because I'm hot-headed, he's hot-headed, and it wasn't great. But I told him, I said, I don't want child support. I don't want anything. All I want is for you to be nice to me in front of my kids. And I think we did that okay, the most part. We did okay. We did better, right?
Yep.
On some days.
Somebody's new to your channel and she said, how many kids do you have and how old?
I have
Too many.
I have 4, and they're all girls. I have Lexi. She's married. She's 21, and they bought a house, and they are the cutest little couple, aren't they? They do so good. I have Reagan, and Reagan is 19. Reagan is my
Tracy's her name.
Reagan's my difficult child. I don't know if y'all have kids or if you have a kid that you butt heads with. Reagan was mine. Reagan was my kid that would sneak out in the middle of the night and all the things, you know. But I will say that if I was hurt or sick or something happened to me, Reagan is the one that would be there holding my hand first. Do you think? Reagan is very caring. Reagan has my back. Like, she can say what she wants to me, but you better not say it to me. Reagan's like,
yeah, she'll take it for you.
She'll pray for you, but she'll swing on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll got a little head in her. Oh, where she got that? But then I have Kennedy. Kennedy is 17 and she's going to go to college. It makes me so sad. And she'll never make it. Oh my gosh. She thinks she's going to go live in a dorm. No. Okay. So since
I don't want the dorm.
Okay. Yeah. She wanted a private dorm.
No.
But she got so many scholarships that how much money she started out at? Like close to $30,000 is what college was going to cost for everything. Okay, for a year, right? Okay, I'm saying this right. All these numbers. So she got like it'd be 4,000 and all this like thousands and thousands come like all the time from everywhere. And then she owed. How much did you owe? You want to tell them the magic number that you owed for college?
666.
660. She was like, "You gotta be kidding me! It couldn't be 660. I'll give them an extra $1. 667, $666." And then that's what she owed. So then she got another scholarship that paid all her fees, all of hers. It paid that and gave her $1,500 toward housing if she stayed on campus. If she stayed on campus, but now that she doesn't owe anything for school, and that's not even with her softball money. We haven't done softball money yet. I mean, her coach, they distribute it more evenly, you think? Like a lot of places it's pitcher catcher. That's the big money. And I'm not saying it's not like that there, but she tries to help everybody. So she'll see where everybody's at financially and then give your scholarships.
Based on need.
And you don't need anything. So I don't know. Maybe you'll get some.
I can get my apartment.
So now she's on an apartment. She's like, I don't owe anything for college, so I'm going to afford an apartment. And I'm like,
you don't think about bills and food and utilities.
Electric bill.
No, I cannot.
I'm so proud. Yes, I'm very proud. Oh, and there's Allison. Hang on. I started moving on. There's Allison. She's 12, and I'll say she's my favorite, and she's spoiled. Do you think she's my favorites? They're all my favorite for different reasons, and I love them all the same, but I love them differently for different reasons. If that makes sense. You probably love my kids different they're different.
Who's your
people.
favorite?
Anyway, those
Those
girls were favoritism at its finest. But she doesn't treat my kids any differently. I mean, like you've helped every single one of them, and that's just like growing up. If I bought you shoes, if you needed shoes, I didn't go buy all the kids' shoes. I bought who needed what. You know, it's like you do for each one of them as they need it and as you can and as you see fit. And all of my kids need me. They need me every day for something. Usually, I mean, Lexi just left. Reagan stayed the night. She's been staying here a lot lately, hasn't she? I asked her on Mother's Day. I was like, for Mother's Day, I want you to stay the night. And she ain't left. She did stay at her place once, right? When not.
What are you for?
Everything. Okay. She thinks she's gonna go live in a dorm, but she can't go to Walmart by herself.
I do. I went at no, thank you.
She doesn't want to.
She's
She
so
can't
needy.
wash, dry clothes.
So we were gonna do this live, and we were like, we're just gonna do it in the bedroom because that way, you know, the door's closed away from everybody. So we're sitting on the bed. We got it all set up, ready to go. That's why I was a little late getting on here. And here she comes, Paul's on the bed, and we're all like this. And I'm like, Kennedy, and she's like, I don't want to be out there by myself. So I don't know how she's going to handle high school. She really doesn't need roommates. College. She really does need roommates. The person who said she'll enjoy having roommates, it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun.
She's not gonna die.
I will.
She'll be home in 2 days anyway.
Say that.
Amanda is 43 but looks 23. Girl. Botox. Somebody, that was another question. Somebody asked, I need to get to my questions too. Uh-oh. I need to get some of these questions. Somebody asked me, where is it? If you could choose any sponsorship within reason, what would you choose and why? Not for the money, but for the product. Botox. I am so wrinkly. Y'all just can't see it. I mean, like I'm sure you can tell in some of my videos. Some of my angles, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I don't know if I want to put it in there. And you're always like, just put it in there.
Everybody's worried about Botox, and I just want free food from HelloFresh.
Yeah, she was like, HelloFresh. I was like, HelloFresh? I want Botox. I want like the mommy plastic surgery stuff to put everything back where it belongs.
Yeah, I don't care about that. As you all have seen numerous times, I wear a hat most of the time, so I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna get through my Instagram questions and then I'll answer y'all's questions. What advice would you give someone starting a YouTube channel? What motivated you to start? I want to start, but I'm too afraid. Start, just do it. We just were being silly and just did it. Like I've always kind of wanted to do it, and
you always have.
And I just used my phone at first, and we just videoed, and Lexi showed me how to edit in the beginning, and we just threw it up, and then we just did it. And it seemed like I can remember like getting 40 views and being like, oh my gosh, I got 40 views. Do you remember that?
Watch my video.
40 people. But it was so fun to like, I got to 100 subscribers quick. Really, really quick. Then it went from 100 to 500 really, really quick. And it was probably just nosy people in our hometown, and I don't care. Yeah, I know there's people probably right now watching that don't like me. I don't care. You have to get to that point, and I think that comes with age. As you get older, you get to a spot where you realize if you don't like me, I don't care. You know, you don't be around me. You don't pay my bills. You don't live in my house. I don't care.
Tracy, I'm also
No, but not. They know. They know what I'm saying. Like,
I'm just saying. I'm also 43. She's 2 months older than me. Her birthday's in March, one's in May.
Older and wiser. What motivated me to start? We just did it. Well, what was my very first video about cleaning or something in the bathroom or something? Yeah, I mean, I can't even watch them. It's so cringy now, isn't it? I thought they were so good back then, and I look back and I'm like, that was not me. It's not me. Yeah, but Stark, like I was so embarrassed for people. I even thought about like not using my real name, and maybe people around here wouldn't know that it was me, like not sharing it on my Facebook or my Instagram. And then I was just like, who cares if they don't like it? They don't have to watch it. We didn't even really go into this knowing that it could be a job. We really didn't. I guess we kind of figured that out along the way. And then I hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, got monetized. And we, at that point, still didn't even really think you would make a whole lot of money because we watched somebody. It took her 2 years to get monetized, and she's huge now. So it took me 4 months to get monetized, and that was real crazy cleaning mama. That's her say, Emily. It was crazy cleaning mama. She helped me a lot, but we got monetized fast. Is somebody saying I talk too much?
Yes.
Got monetized. I'm just trying to answer more questions. Got monetized fast.
You go off. Right.
And then you have to make $100 before they'll pay you. Like when you make $100, they'll pay you once a month, but you have to have $100. And we did good.
Mhm.
We did really good. Then I didn't realize that like you got a bunch of free, which I did realize you could get sponsorships, but we get offers like crazy.
You got lots of questions.
Okay. Anyway, so just do it. Don't be afraid of what people think, because if you live your life afraid of what everybody's going to think, then you're hurting yourself. You're missing out. You're not. Just do it. It don't matter. Do you think you and your husband ever live together, get back together? Already answered the why did you split up, or are they good the way they are? Would you want us back together?
No.
We do really good, and I do care about him when his kids died, but quit laughing at
Well,
me.
Tracy said, thank you, Heather, you finally got a word in. It's hard sometimes.
Okay, I have a question for Heather. Somebody asked Heather a question, so I'll let her answer that. But I think we just take it day by day. You don't know what the future's, what it looks like, and I want what God wants for me. Whatever He has laid out for me, that's what I want. Nothing less, nothing more. Heather, what will happen if you and Heather, what will happen if you or Heather meet someone and move on?
I don't want another man right now.
What
No
is,
shape, way, form, or fashion.
what will you all do with the house? I know you said both names were on the house.
Yeah, I mean, we'd figure something out. She'll meet somebody before I do. So we'd figure something out. I ain't gonna live here with no stranger I don't know, but
I mean, but what if you did meet somebody and want to be here? I mean, like, we would just work it out. If I met somebody, I would probably go. If you met somebody, would you be the one to go? I mean, and as far as trusting like equity in the house and stuff like that, I'd buy her out. She'd buy me out. We'd sell it. We'd do something. Or I wouldn't even want. I mean, like she doesn't have kids, so when she like it's fixed that it's fixed that when if something happens to her, this is mine. And if something happens to me, this is hers. Because when you buy a house together like that, you don't know. I mean, like, I guess somebody else could take some of Heather's part. I would be in a bind with my kids having to move or her. I don't know. But we had it fixed that way. If something happens to us together, it goes to Kennedy. And then Kennedy is to split it with all of my kids. That kind of does sound like a marriage. And that sounded all weird. Anyway, that's what we do. Heather, you have another question. Hang on.
well, what you meant was if something, if we were in a wreck and both got killed, then Kennedy would have the house and car and she would. She'd pull the plug in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't. She'd be too busy. She'd
Pick
never.
the wrong person.
No.
She'd be like, I can't live without y'all. Please don't leave. Hang on, you have another question. I think
Flash needs a
that
pillow
kid
and
is
blanket.
snotty. He has a cold. Oh, okay. Heather, how do you feel about going from no kids to living with a bunch of kids?
I love it. I always wanted kids, but when I got married, my husband,
Married. I wasn't.
I'm gonna be glad that we're live.
What do you do, like Southern? What do you say that's Southern? Married. Go ahead. I got you.
The man that I married already had a daughter and he didn't want any more kids and I'm very grateful that I didn't have any kids because things would have been bad, but I love our kids like my own. I would do anything for them, so I went from 0 to 4 and I wouldn't change that, so. Oh, he's snotting.
Do you wish sometimes it was quieter and
Sometimes I wish he didn't talk as much, but.
That's not a kid
Well,
problem. That's it.
I don't really talk that much. You always fuss at me. You're always like, why are you talking?
You don't ever
mad
talk
at me.
here, you don't hear the video,
I'm answering questions.
but when you're just sitting around, he has nothing to say.
Like I got so many comments that said, you talk too much in your voiceovers. Why do you even
Yeah, I
add
talk too much.
music?
Day and all they were doing was painting and I said, oh my God, this girl needs to talk, it was boring.
She was playing music.
And it's music on the words. Drives me insane.
But I do talk a lot, and that's what I've said. Like, that's why there's more than one channel. I'm not for everybody. I talk a lot, and if you don't like hearing it, then there's people who don't talk a lot. So,
Please go back to sleep. You're being good.
His nose on your blanket.
no, you're not allowed to snow someone on your blanket. You trying to get me calm down?
What's sleep?
Okay,
Naughty and sleepy.
so you had a stepdaughter, so you had a kid. Was she there a lot? No.
She wasn't.
Did she not like you?
I think so. She never called me step. I mean, these kids call me mom more than she did for almost 10 years.
So you weren't like really, really close. Well, she didn't live close, right? Or did
Yeah,
she?
She did until she went off to UT college.
Oh, I thought
She was
they.
multiple.
I did too. I thought she lived far, far away.
No, we went to
Oh.
She was in Marshall. She went to Marshall.
Then she didn't like you. I was playing. I was playing.
Hey,
Okay,
she
you
said
got
about my.
Okay, is there any? Okay, that was one of the questions. Was like phrases, what like
Phrases, food, and
Southern? Let me
Something
find
else
it.
Southern. Phrases, food, and something. Sweet
Can't
beans
even
before
find
bread
it.
are big food.
I like pickled eggs. I think is that a Southern thing? I thought fried green tomatoes was a Southern thing, but who was it? Was it Alyssa? Is that her name? That had on her Instagram story a fried green tomato BLT. But I thought fried green tomatoes were just like a Southern thing, but she's from New York, I think. And I was like, but she's asked her if it was good. She said yes. Yeah. I think
Sweet beans
think
and
it was
cornbread
good.
and macaroni and tomatoes would be my food.
Macaroni and tomatoes. That's one of my favorites. Macaroni noodles with tomato juice. She says gross, but she eats it.
If it don't have chunks and tomatoes.
My kid, well, Kennedy and Allison only want chicken.
Yes, you are.
Only want
You're both
chicken.
picky.
Chicken and fries. Chicken and fries. What'd you eat for prom?
Chicken and fries.
No.
If you were in jail and it was your last meal before your death, what would you eat?
Chicken with
Chicken
buffalo
and
sauce.
fries.
And macaroni and cheese. That's okay too.
Macaroni and cheese. What would be your last meal? I couldn't eat. I'd be
Chicken and
nervous.
fries.
I'd be nervous.
Macaroni
about
and
that.
tomatoes.
I'm from the South. Okay, phrases. You said something earlier, and I was like, "There's one of your phrases."
You make fun of everything I say. They're all
She
phrases.
does.
She's very country, but now I noticed
Cause she's
I
not
know.
in my last video when I was showing y'all the Ipsy stuff,
y'all.
I was like, "I sound so country."
No, not just me. You making fun of you.
I mean,
too.
like
I'll say y'all.
country, like is it country, Southern, like.
Southern slang.
And then people will be like, "Love your accent," and I'm like, but I will say, when I'm editing back, I'm like, do I really sound like that? Do y'all think you sound different, like once you're on video and you're listening to it back? Like my voice in my head doesn't sound like what I sound like on there. It's different. I don't know, but it's cringy. I can't hardly stand to listen to myself. Even on voiceovers, when I'm editing, like and listening to it, watching it one time, y'all tell them what I did, Kennedy.
No, I don't. I don't. After you'd already posted it, I don't want to know.
I had just started getting like a lot of views, like, you know, quite a bit. Like I'd post it and it'd be like probably 100 views pretty quick. And Kennedy comes running in the living room and she was like, "Take it off." And I was like, "What?" And she was like,
Not that
She
funny.
was. She
It
was
was not
in
funny.
her
He was mad because she had to take
Oh,
it down.
No, she was just like,
It was a random.
okay, you wouldn't even. I watched it. We watched that three times before I posted it because I was very paranoid back then about things. Now I don't really care so much, but now
It's normal.
no, now it's more normal. It's more normal for my kids to know I'm filming. They'll walk in a room and if they don't have like pants on, they'll be like, "Are you filming?" And you know they know now. But back then it was like,
No, here's the
accident.
story. We're all sitting here at night, and I think Flash was doing something cute. It's like
we were talking
Let's
about.
it on, but you could see.
We're talking about tell me the story.
That's not a good story because I always.
We were going to
I
church on
told-
Sunday. We're driving to church on Sunday morning, and she's like panicking. She's like, "Mom, like I was supposed to memorize a Bible verse for Sunday school, and they didn't, and I didn't. I don't know what to do. Like I can't memorize something that quick." And I was like, "Jesus wept." Which Bible verse is that? We were talking about that. We looked it up. I can't remember. But anyway, I was like, "Jesus wept." That's what. And she said, "All these kids sitting around have these
Such a wacky.
big, long," and they got to her and she was like, "Jesus wept."
On 11:35.
On 11:35. We were telling that story, and so I'm sitting over there and I have the camera on her, and she's sitting there in her underwear plain as
Because
day.
it was not time, you shouldn't have
But
been.
you shouldn't be in your underwear. Like I even told Alden got on her. He was like, "You need to have clothes on all times." What if I had came over, walked in, or just
Mom,
around anybody?
Until I sat down.
Well, now she wears pants.
Not all the time.
She don't always wear
pants.
So, but
At least they're comfortable enough for me to do that. I don't care. I don't care less.
Well, the first time you came over, I came down in my towel after a shower.
Towel.
yeah, she was at the house. Why were you? Was that the first night you stayed all night? Her husband wouldn't get out of her house, so it got bad one night. I was like, "Alden works third shift. Come over and stay here. We don't care." She came over. Kennedy didn't know she was there. She walks to the house and she's like, "Hi, Coach Martin." She was like, it was so awesome.
Now she walks around in her own.
Right.
Been single for 20 years. I plan to be single for a long time.
You don't know.
You said she planned.
I mean, but seriously, I think
Oh, I didn't
I
know
think
that.
God didn't really. Okay, so I know there's people who don't believe, and I'm like, my opinion is I don't think God intended us to be single. I think God intended you to be married and have a family or a partner. You know what I mean? Do you think you're like, no, I want to be single?
I'm much better off.
Wonder if my mom's watching.
Ask her.
Mom tells me there's no R in washer. Oh, do you say washer or washer?
Worsher.
I say washer.
My mom talks so country. It's not an electric bill, it's a light bill. Her light bill is whatever. What else does she say that's so funny? Britches.
You say britches.
You say
too.
britches.
I say
You
britches.
call him little britches.
You call him little britches.
That was the thing this morning.
But I mean, like, if I say I need to go put my pants on, do I say pants?
Yeah, but when we're talking to the cats, we call
But
them
sometimes I might say britches.
I'm like, no.
We had somebody where I work because most of y'all know I work at alternative school and we have to do check-in. So the kids have to empty out their pockets and pull up their pants legs. Well, this lady would always say, "Pull your britchy legs up." And then the little pocket that are in jeans, she'd say, "Pull out your mousy pocket." I never in my life heard it called a mousy.
I bet that's you.
Mm-hmm. She'll say britchy legs.
Tips like
You, Tracy, have fun painting because
It ain't fun.
I still can't feel my arms. That looks so little.
she complained.
No, it was, my arms were like jello.
She won't ever
I used my left hand, then I'd hold my hand, and it was.
Now the time where you said, unless you had shoulder surgery, you don't know her.
But I will say today today, talk so country. Today the lights were off and it's rainy here. So we had the blinds open and stuff. I rearranged my dining room back. But that window
It was
was
so much better.
those, and you can see the paintbrush marks, can't you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to roll it. We'll have to get some more paint. The
Melody.
paint is mega great. Go ahead.
No, no, no.
I was
You-
gonna say, that was
You're-
one of my questions.
You're-
Is what kind of paint? It's Mega Grage by Sherwin-Williams.
If you can get it at Home Depot.
And at Home Depot, it's called Sherwin-Williams Mega Grage. So yeah, so we got it in flat.
Because I showed them the picture.
But
and
it's
said,
so good. And Heather climbed that ladder, guys. That was impressive, wasn't it?
I could have done it.
She couldn't have done it.
I
She
could've
cried on the chairlift,
Did not.
You, yeah, you did.
sobbed, and like people
People
pointing.
People were laughing at her.
Yeah, strangers.
I was embarrassed.
I mean, not like
Yeah, she was sobbing.
nothing.
It was not fun.
Go ahead, talk.
I was
Please.
just gonna tell Melody that singles being okay. You don't have to worry about nobody
Being
else.
single is okay or singles being okay?
But do you miss like going to eat with?
No. No.
Okay.
I do not.
Or the companionship, like
I got a house full of kids.
okay, so I always wanted like a man to be. I always wanted Alden to hold my hand, or being in the car and him like put his hand on my leg or hold my hand. And we just got to the point where honeymoon was over, I think, for him, and he didn't really show me any affection. But I miss, not that I ever really had that, but I liked the thoughts of that. I guess. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Was he like that?
Mm-mm.
Sorry, Samantha. If your man does that, you got a good one.
Can I put your leash back on if you're gonna?
I always told myself he works. He's a good dad. I mean, he is a good dad, isn't he? Like amazing dad. He was so hard on Kennedy, though. That was some of our problem. You remember that? He told Heather. What was it? He came up to you at a ball game and told you.
No, summer practice. I don't remember.
He came up to the dugout and he said you need to. He said you need to ride her butt.
Oh, yeah.
And what'd you say to him? You said, what was it? You said, I'll start when you stop.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Because he's so hard on. Was he hard? Did you like riding with me or him home from ball better?
So
Me.
glad
She like got back from me.
I don't know. You'd be heated. After some
By the time we
games.
drove all the way back and dropped everybody off in the bus garage.
Bull.
Okay, maybe I was sorry.
Bull.
Molly said, I've got a good man, blessing from God. Yes. If Alden had have been the husband that he was, the dad, we would have been in good shape. And I'm not saying it was all him. It was not. It was me too. I mean, like 50-50. But
You do like the ag things on.
yeah, I push his buttons. I really enjoyed that.
You still do.
I don't push
Me.
his buttons anymore.
You push my buttons.
Do I push your buttons? Do I?
She does.
You're just.
I
driving.
pet your
I'm
back.
not ready.
Miss, you got a brand new Bronco. You drive that. That's your car.
It is not.
Who's drove the Bronco more?
Not Heather.
Me? Have I?
No, Kennedy drives it all the time.
I do not. It
They,
ain't my car.
everybody fights over it. I just get it every now and then.
I drove the thing one
I
day to work.
told you so many times. You're welcome to drive that Bronco anytime
Yeah,
you want
you
to.
don't. I'll
And
just
you
drive
don't.
mine.
And then Kennedy will pull her car right in front of mine so that in the morning when she leaves for school, she can be like, you're parked behind me. Can I just take the Bronco?
So
So, yeah, she's petted to death. That's her problem.
I am not.
Except ball, we were hard on her. We were way too hard on her. I remember one time she was in a game and she didn't go back out on the field. This was travel. And her coach, Shane, hollered at me and he said, I just wanted to, and I was wondering why was she hurt? Was she sick? And he said, he called me over there and he said, I didn't not put her out there. She asked me if she could sit out because she said, if I'm not on the field, then I'm not going to mess up and I'm not going to disappoint my parents. And that broke my heart. Oh my gosh, it still makes me about want to cry. But you can be, I knew her potential I knew she could get where she's going. And you got to push your kids to a certain extent, but there's a line. And I crossed it way too many times. And now I'm even okay. She came to me, and I didn't lose my cool, did I? She came to me and she said, Mom, this was a while back. She said, I don't think I want to play softball anymore. I think I want to sing in the choir.
You made fun of me a little bit for that.
You did.
You
You did make sense.
did it on video. It's on YouTube.
It was in that later in the video.
Yes, you were gonna see it.
I think I got the most views
Yeah.
too. It might be why.
Thanks, Mom.
But seriously, I mean, like we put thousands. It's expensive. Thousands of. I could pay for college if I hadn't spent all this money on softball all these years. And my kid's going Division I. She's made it, and she wants to sing in the choir. Do you want to sing for him? You sing.
I don't-
She
I don't
does
sing.
sing decent. She sings
don't sing.
okay. I mean, if she was like a Mariah Carey, I'd be like, honey, we're signing you up for choir. But listen, I'm not the parent.
When you sing with a group of people, it don't matter if you can sing good, if you can sing with everybody else.
I'm not the parent that thinks my kid is amazing in everything they do. Is she a power hitter? Yes. Like,
Yeah.
thank you, God, for all your blessings. You have thrown them all on her.
Maybe me slow.
Hitting arms, her abilities. But
I know.
Lowry, if you're watching, back me up. No, she does sing okay, but I mean, it's not like she's way better at softball than singing. That's my thing. That's my. But she got her head on right. I helped her straighten it up, and she's going to continue with that softball career. Seriously, though, if she came to me and said, I don't want to play, I don't care. I mean,
It's to be decided. To be determined.
you are playing softball. Okay, well, we're just going to call Coach Cheryl and talk to her about it. You want to call the ETSU coach and talk to her about it?
Well, maybe after I get my summer workouts, I might change my mind.
Oh, you're painting and listening to us. God, love you. Okay, so did you tell me where you live that said if I was closer, I could paint and clean your house?
You've been talking so long, you're behind.
Western Kentucky. That's not far, girl. We'll come. We're off all summer. I mean, I'm not, but she is. I mean, if I can film it, I will come paint and clean your house. So do it. So do it. I would love to do that. I've said, I think before.
Hey, I need a senior trip, so.
Where'd you go on your senior trip? My mom went to Western Kentucky.
Nashville to see what was her name.
Nashville. Oh, I don't know, but we will meet you. There's somebody in Pigeon Forge and Gatlin Road. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you ever. Okay, so I've had a few people local that's been like, I've seen you on YouTube. I think I know who you are. And like, I don't care. Like, if you're going to be close, I will drive and meet you. And
Okay, hold up. This woman hardly ever gets out of the house, but she'll drive and meet you.
That's not going in the groceries. I'm not meeting at no Food City. Now we'll meet at the Target or somewhere at Hobby Lobby. We ain't gonna meet at. I don't like going to the grocery stores.
Oh, it's a dog. Opie.
Oh, there's a dog chasing our cat. Get him. Hang on. There's two dogs chasing Opie. Here, talk to him, Kennedy. Gee, you got it?
It's okay. Crap just hit the fan. Did you get him?
No, he can outrun though.
It's okay, Flash. It's okay.
He can take care of himself. He's shucking. It's okay.
He
Well,
was,
they
he was
absolutely
dead asleep.
So you can chase them, but other dogs can't, right?
He was out of it.
Did you talk to him?
He did the talking for me.
Hey, let me have my phone, dude.
Lay down now. Hey, babe, she's okay. It's okay.
Kennedy, I'm so proud of you. You're not. I'm going to take him with us. There's some.
Opie, but
No, that was like a.
Opie, it's not cute.
That was a labradoodle, I think.
It's Flash's girlfriend.
Opie! Oh Lord, I got other dogs barking. See, that's what I'm saying. There's never a dull moment around here. So Kennedy. Okay. Hope he'll be fine. He can survive it. He's not psychotic.
We just might have a few orange hairballs to clean off the front porch.
We have found orange hair on our porch before.
We thought he was just shedding. Lay
I
down.
thought he was dead.
You were asleep until that happened.
Flash Lover Channel. You're from Canada. That'd be cool. I'll come paint your house. I'll paint your house and your house and your house. Is she on my back porch? Do you have? Yeah. Don't you?
Passport. I want to go somewhere. I want to go on a cruise.
Listen, we ain't been nowhere. I ain't ever been on an airplane.
I'm sheltered.
I ain't ever
I've
been
not
on.
explored the big world yet.
You've not been on an airplane either. I don't know if I could do it. I'm scared to death of heights. And God didn't give me wings, so I think He intended for me to stay on the ground. Huh?
You gave somebody the building.
Maybe it'll scare snakes off.
In your yard?
There's somebody from Canada. I told her we'd go paint her house.
I'm gonna laugh.
I watch used to be Amanda's Daily Dish. I don't know what it's called now. Amanda's something.
Mandy in the making.
Mm-mm.
Who's that?
It's Amanda's something, but she's from Canada and I really like her channel. That was another question, like people I watch. Who do I watch? You probably know. Huh? They're eating cat poop. How do you know it's cat poop? Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. You've never been on a plane either. I've not either.
Let's go.
Listen,
Is it different than being on a spot?
my odds,
Exactly.
like if it can happen to somebody, it'll happen to me.
Heather Bean, you can go to Vegas.
Like my aunt won the lottery, okay? $1 million won the lottery. Who does that happen to? Like my aunt. So two people in the same family is not gonna win it. I don't even play because she blew my chances. It ain't gonna be like aunt and then niece won the lottery. I'll never win because she blew my chances. Got my tubes clamped. They didn't tie them or cut them. They put them little clamps on them at that time. I had an MRI or a CAT scan or whatever it was, and one of my clamps that fell off. It's laying there down on the ground, on the ground. And it fell off, and it only happens to like 0.% of people, and it's me. My odds. So let me tell you, if I get in the boat or if I get on my plane, that boat's sinking, that plane's going down. That's just the odds that I have.
And you gotta lay.
So when you come, Penny said when you come to North Dakota, it's too cold in North
North Dakota. I thought she was gonna say where Maryland is legal.
Same thing.
Colorado. No, okay. I would love to go see the Grand Canyon.
I would love to do that.
Hey,
Someone was sick and we didn't get to drive to the Grand Canyon.
I would like to go there. I've never been
ain't that in Arizona?
anywhere really. I mean, like Florida, just like South area. That dog's on the back porch.
Canyon.
I would love to go to Hawaii.
This is dripping.
We talked about going to Hawaii for her senior trip.
You all ain't flying on no plane that long. She would have a complete
I
chemical.
wouldn't appreciate.
My brother's ex-wife was a flight attendant, and she said that she has seriously sat on a plane with grown men and like held their hand the whole time because they like were.
I would be fine. It's an enclosed space.
Sorry, Chip.
If I didn't have the window seat, I'd be fine.
It's not cold here in the summer, she said.
Ooh.
I was. Timmy, it's okay.
He was going to sleep.
It's okay. Lay down.
You're okay.
There's dogs outside of all night. See, that's just my odds. Dogs never in our yards was not. I would come to North Dakota. I'll do anything like that. That would be so cool to like paint or help y'all clean or organize or something. That would be really cool. Would you go with me this summer and help do somebody's house? See, we'll
I
come
could go on my senior
redo your house. We'll be like, what's those people that do that on the show?
fixer upper.
No, I ain't demolish. We can't build
And
that.
just paint.
I'll slap some paint on your walls. Stop. I would love to meet y'all. Okay, where are you from, Molly? Have you told us already? I may have lost it.
She don't pay attention.
Molly.
Hey, it's okay. Mommy's got you. Mommy won't let nothing happen to my flashy.
Notice how she's being nice to him because she's on camera. Usually it's,
Be nice to him today.
you have not.
Say it. Yes.
No, you have not. Not this morning.
Yes, I was.
No, you wouldn't.
That was before my.
All of your videos because you're so funny. We crop a whole lot out.
We don't crop anything out because we
Don't
can't
do
do
it good
anything.
enough.
I mean,
You're
I'm
fine.
doing my job. I don't go teach.
And can anything.
I'm gonna teach them how to speak. Hoodlums. I'm gonna teach them hoodlums, so
Okay,
this
busy.
is my job. But we do
And we're
crop.
getting paid.
I do crop a whole lot out. Like if they seen how we really acted, like I was cleaning the dining room today, and I'll crop it all up. I'll put music on, and I'll take the volume off. Well, what was I singing? I can't remember. Like, gosh,
And you say,
he stinks. He got his
He just had a mouth.
no his breath.
Oh,
Like he licked me and it stinks.
I need to.
Sorry, dude.
I need to cut his nails and show y'all how great he
let's
is.
do it.
But we are all the time going on with something. And
And you say, I'm a bad singer. Have they heard you sing?
Yeah, I might her leave it in a couple of them.
I've sang on there before. You get it from your mama. Can
You
I hit a
just gotta put
softball?
the Top of your paint cans on, put paint to get please. Do we still have paint cans?
Mhm.
Then brought-
Yep.
You're fine, Flash. Don't get up and
I
start
will
talking.
say that paint covers really good. When you put it on wet, you're like, man, this is gonna take 4 or 5 coats. That's what you're thinking. Yeah, well, in the bedroom it did. I think it's because that and there was flat paint, so it soaked it up. Where this probably wasn't. This was flat paint.
I don't know the difference.
I don't know why, but in here it covered really, really well, and in the laundry room. But it's like once it dries, it looks so
I have
good.
this one. Don't even think I don't.
But with it wet, when it's wet, you're going to be freaking out. You're going to be thinking this is going to take so much paint. But when it dries so good. And I love that paint, and it's like the perfect consistency. Some paints are a little runny, and some paints are really thick. And like our white trim paint is so thick, I hate painting with that. And I need to go ahead like around the ceiling here, the white parts, because there's touch-up spots. When we had our home inspection, they asked the previous owner about like there's a spot on our ceiling way up high. And it's like a white spot, and they touched it up because he said his kid threw slime up and it stuck.
We've done that before.
Yeah, we've done that before too. And so he touched it up with white paint. But we do need to go around that with white paint. But that paint's thick. But this paint is like the best consistency. Like I didn't have to tape a whole lot. Like you can just like it just glides. It does really good. I really like that paint.
You kicked my stomach.
It'd be awesome to meet you guys. Okay, so I watch people on YouTube and I feel like I know them personally. Like even there's something on my screen. Anyway, like I feel like I know them. Like Emily, when I did the like I talked to her on the phone, like done what is it called? Not FaceTime, but like this, Zoom meeting. I've done that with her, and I felt like I knew her because I watch her all the time. But to her, I was like a random, yeah, it's kind of weird. But y'all probably feel like, and I am getting to know a lot of you guys better.
There's the dogs.
Don't let Flash see that dog.
So we used this brand.
It's backwards.
And it's
It's
scrubbable.
backwards for you all. I'm sorry.
Is it going to be backwards for them?
Look,
Oh, it
You're
might not
watching
be.
it.
My camera was, oh yeah, do it again. Let me look at you on my phone. Oh, you're delayed. You ain't even went to the garage yet. Oh, I got it paused. Hang on.
Yeah, it's the right way for them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this
And it's scrubbable.
is the top.
screenshot.
To make a grade. And if you just tell them that's what you want, they mix it for you. So that's what we used.
Mom, stop making fun of her ass. Mega grade. That's what she
That's
said.
why I don't talk.
Oh, whatever.
Mom, we can't get a word in edgewise.
It's all about you, princess.
Your
Queen.
name's on the
It's all
channel.
about you, queen.
No,
Am I just
does this
princess
channel
then?
say Heather?
No, and Heather won't do anything else, so that's fine.
What?
You can wash your own clothes and load your own dishwasher.
I thought he's gonna get up and get
In this video or two that you did so much that people don't see.
But you posted on Facebook that it's all you.
I did do that. The trash cans. I was
The
like,
one time
Oh, somebody said
One
they sent you a Facebook request.
that
me
she brings the
or
trash cans
You.
up and she has to put it in a video. One time. Oh, he's sneezing.
do this.
Go. Let me see the names.
Stacy Howell, I think,
Yeah.
she sent you one.
Oh. Stacy Howell.
Quit.
Do any of you all have tall ceilings like this? I don't know where all these dogs are coming
It's
from.
from-
It's like they're Rochelle.
Pepper.
There's dogs on our back porch. Flashes. We should see them.
Chip's gonna get on. Chip, come.
Looking at them.
You can see it.
Come here, Chip.
Oh, okay. I just accepted it. What happened? Shoot off. Flash.
It might be the cats.
She does do a lot. She really does. And a lot of times you'll even be filming me. Like if you can tell somebody's filming me do something, it's her.
But Heather does a lot off camera too.
That's what I said in the last video.
You mean Tom?
I guess
She's
I'll
cleaned the
credit.
kitchen.
No, I don't think it.
Probably 5 times.
Okay, in my defense, she'll be like, I cleaned the kitchen and it's just the dishes are in the dishwasher. She didn't spray this, like she don't wipe any of the counters down or like clean the sink or anything. No, I said you do it now. I was just saying, I was just trying to be funny, Heather.
I'm doing very good at it.
She does do a whole lot. Like, I could not have, I wouldn't be where I am without her help. Seriously. Even when I did work, if one of my kids got sick or there's so many, yeah, it looks like you don't. There's, well, her legs are eating her shorts. But there's so many times that she goes and picks my kids up, or she's took Kennedy to the doctor. She's went with her. Actually, when Kennedy went to another ETSU thing, like softball thing, camp kind of thing, and Alden and Heather took Kennedy, and so I could stay home and work. So they both help so much with the kids, but Heather helps so much. I love her. They're like, I don't want to give her the big head, but she does do a whole lot for us.
You're not going to do big heads on me.
And I do stuff for you too. There are so many of y'all. Somebody just got fed. There's so many of y'all that are like, if we lived close, we'd be best friends because we act just alike, and that would be so cool. I wouldn't get anything done. It's like if y'all lived in my neighborhood, I would talk all day long.
Yes, she would.
What's something? I'm home all day by myself. I don't have anybody to talk to but Flash. So yeah, when you get home,
Exactly.
it's everything by that point. I gotta listen. There's time to talk, time to listen.
And when we're home, it's never time to talk. She talks more to you guys than she does us.
I do. Gosh, I'll be like,
Right now, she never talks to us.
yeah. See, it bottles up, y'all. I know I talk a lot, but it's so bottled up. I'm home all day by myself. All night I'm editing usually, and then I'm voiceovering. So
You better get that off the blanket.
why are you feeding him on the couch? We do need a fenced in backyard. He would love that. We need a fenced in backyard. He's so needy. He's
He could come to the door that way.
Isn't he just like Kennedy? He's
Yeah.
so needy.
I'm not needy.
He wants to go outside, but he don't want you to leave him. Like you have to be in his sight. And if you're not, he follows every move I make. Like if I'm in the living room where he can walk, he is on my tail. He walks. Shut the blinds so he can't see.